You're not as behind as you think. Let me say that again. You are not as behind as you think. I know a lot of times as young people, we have this problem with comparison, right? We have this problem with feeling like, oh, this person is here, I should be here. Oh, I'm this age, I should be here, right? And I'm here to tell you, it's not true. You're not as behind as you think. And I want to start with a stat that I had heard in a video I read earlier, but I'll verify it right now. I watched a video earlier, right, from a creator that I follow, and he said he was looking at ChatGPT and he was asking a bunch of questions, a bunch of statistics, a bunch of numbers, right? And one of the main biggest things that stood out to him was, if you have $4,000, 4K saved up in your bank, you are richer than 40% of people. Hold on, let me repeat that again. 40% of people. Do you guys understand that is nearly half of the world? Now I'm gonna go ahead and verify, right? I'm gonna go ahead and verify. If you have, because I want to give you guys real numbers, I don't want to just go on, you know what I'm saying, the video that I seen, right? But if you have 4K saved, how many people are you richer than, percentage wise? But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna let that think, and then I'm gonna read out the exact answer right after he responds. But yeah, like, just think about that, you guys. Like, 4K, that is not much at all. That's not much money. And I'm here to say, like, I have more than 4K saved up. And it just, when I heard this number, it blew my mind completely. I hope it's true. I'm about to read it out, but like, I hope it's true, because if it is, it lets you know that all of the comparison and everything else is just, it's pointless, right? It's a pointless game. You are a lot further along than you think. I need people to stop looking at social media, right? Because one thing about social media, it is the world's greatest highlight reel. It is absolutely the world's greatest highlight reel. No one shows you the things that they're going through. No one shows you what's going wrong behind closed doors. It's just it's a huge highlight reel, right? So, yeah, man, I mean, just seeing a stat like that, it blew my mind completely, because I need a lot of us to understand and know as young people that you're doing really well for your age, especially if we're young. Like, for me, I'm 24 years old, man. Like, that might sound old to a lot of y'all, but to me, to have over 4K saved up, and it says that 40% of people in America do not have that saved, that just, it completely blows my mind, right? But yeah, I'm gonna read out the exact numbers to you guys, right? So that you know I'm not lying. Here it is. It's ChatGPT right here, right? I said, if you have 4K saved, how many people are you richer than, percentage wise? ChatGPT responded and said, if you have $4,000 in savings, you're doing better than a surprisingly large percentage of people in the US. But not necessarily because you're wealthy, it's because many people simply have very little liquid cash available. Okay, some rough benchmarks: around 37 to 40% of Americans would struggle to cover a $400 emergency expense right now, according to surveys from the Federal Reserve System and others. Wow, that is insane. Various banking and survey data suggest that a substantial portion of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings. I need you guys to stop and think to yourself right now. Look in your pockets. Do you have $1,000 saved up? If you don't, that's cool. It's completely fine. You are with the majority and you can fix that. It's not hard to put away a little bit of money every paycheck and get $1,000 saved. You know what I'm saying? That will put you ahead of the majority of people in America. And that is just insane to think about, right? I need you to understand that comparison, I wouldn't say is the thief of joy. You know that quote that they always say? I feel like comparison can be very useful in certain situations, and I'll expand on that in a second. But I need you guys to understand that in certain contexts, comparison is extremely useless, especially if you're only doing it for a negative purpose. Now, if you're comparing yourself to others, right? You're measuring yourself based on where others are and you use it as motivation, right? It lights a fire under you like, hey, they had this, I'm gonna go and get it. They had this, I can do that too. Then that is exactly how you are supposed to be approaching it, guys. That's exactly how you should be approaching it. But if you are using comparison to down yourself and you're not taking action to become the person that you're, you know what I'm saying, comparing yourself to, then I can say it will be a little detrimental. I want to continue to read this though. Having $4,000 readily available likely puts you ahead of roughly, whoa, this is even higher. Hold on. It says having $4,000 readily available likely puts you ahead of roughly 50 to 60% of Americans in terms of liquid emergency savings. That is insane, you guys. If there's one thing that you guys take from this video, it's that you aren't behind, bro. You are not behind at all. I want you guys to get up and get to it every single day. That $1,000 that they said majority of Americans don't have ready access to, I want you to be in the percentage of people that do. I want you to get up and get to it every single day and stop looking at the next person unless you're getting motivated from it. Unless it's lighting a fire under you to go and get it. But you aren't as behind as you think you are. And that's really all I wanted to come on here and say, you guys. I feel like myself, even in terms of things that are not money related, right? I was a victim of this myself when it came to YouTube and my subscribers and, you know, my other personal goals. Like, sometimes I'd be like, damn, like, I'm trying to put all this work in, I'm grinding hard, I'm getting to it every single day, but I'm not exactly where I want to be. This other person has this, why don't I have this? But that was me doing the negative version of comparison, you guys. That's not a productive way to think. The only real person, right, that you need to wake up and compare yourself to every single day is yourself. Beat the man in the mirror every single day. The man that you were yesterday, the woman that you were yesterday, you wake up, you get to it, and you be better than them today. Every single day. And I guarantee you, if you get 1% better every single day, you will be satisfied with the results. Wake up and get to it every single day. And if you are going to compare yourself to someone, please make sure you're doing it in a way that lights a fire under you to keep going. Make sure you're doing it in a way that isn't detrimental to your mental health, you guys. That isn't detrimental to, you know what I'm saying, you making progress. There are some people out there that might compare themselves to other people and stop taking action completely because they get sad, they get down, they get depressed about it. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I don't at all. I need you guys to understand that you're not as behind as you think. $4,000 saved up, you're richer than 40% of Americans. $1,000 saved up, you're richer than, what was it? Let me look at the number again. Hold on. $1,000 saved up. You have more money than a substantial portion of Americans. It didn't give a percentage, but yeah, you guys, you get the point, man. Take that from this. You're not as behind as you think, man. Wake up, look at the man in the mirror, be better than you were yesterday, and go get it every single day. I love y'all.